Hi Leo, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for a relationship as well as career. I'm going to be starting with relationship. I'm going to timestamp for career in the description box. Also in the description box you're going to find a 20% off code for all of my readings. For those of you who might be interested in working with me privately just for the month of March to celebrate my 2-year anniversary here on YouTube. So thank you so much everyone for tuning in. And please double check if you would that you, if you know you subscribed, that you're subscribed. I don't know what happened, but again, I got 37 emails in 2 days from subscribers saying that they were involuntarily unsubscribed from my channel. So I don't know what goes on with YouTube. I know a lot of creators experience this, but it's been happening a lot, like the past 3 months. It's very strange. So, and I can never get a person to speak to at YouTube regarding this. So if you could just do that. So Leo, I think a lot of changes are going to be going on for those of you in serious relationships this week. We have on the, now I did a separate video on all the astrology for each of the signs, and I did a bonus tarot read. If you want to check those out, just I go into a lot more detail. But March 4th and 5th, and I say, you know, a day or so on each side, we have Jupiter and Mercury conjunct in Aquarius, and for you it's happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So I'm going to say, even if you're in business with somebody or if you're in some sort of serious connection, there's going to be shifts that are going on, because on top of that we have Mars and Gemini in your 11th house of goals and gains, where it is that you see yourself going. So I just feel like Jupiter is about expanding, right? So it's, and Mercury is about communication, because it rules Gemini as well as Virgo. So it's communicating and learning something new in order to solve a problem. There's going to be something culminating, though, I feel like, for you regarding how things will be or could possibly be moving into the future. So it really is going to be either, you know, like just addressing that situation once and for all and making it fabulous, or making the decision to leave it, right? It's going to depend on your particular situation. You know, obviously I don't know your individual chart, but that's what it's going to depend on. Let's see what we can get here. Sorry, I pulled that out the way it needed to come. Let's see. Do have the Death card. I don't know why I'm feeling pulled to like pull the cards this way today. So we have the Knight of Swords coming into this energy. So unexpected changes going on here. Unpredictable. Expect the unexpected coming into this energy. So that this could be happening like right now, right? Because I'm doing this the last few days of February. So this would be for, you know, like the 1st to the 7th. So that's what this is. As an influence, it's unpredictable, like roller coaster energy ahead, like ahead, right? Highs and lows, sudden truths coming out, underlying conflicts coming out, you know. And this could be a relief or confusing depending on your situation, you know, because finally addressing that situation once and for all can be a relief, but it could also be confusing, again, depending on where you're at, what else is going on in your chart. But you want to wait for things to settle, because always with this energy, it's sort of there's almost like a tumultuous vibe about it. Now you might be dealing with a person who is a Knight of Swords. This is somebody who is just very ready to fight for what they believe in relationship, can get bored really easily and then moves on and creates drama, takes no responsibility for fixing the situation, and just kind of leaves people behind in their wake, you know. And it's the kind of thing where you don't even see it coming. So some of you may be in that space right now, or you may be feeling the itch within yourself, Leo. Quite frankly, you may just feel very driven and determined and understanding like what it is that you want and don't want in relationship, and that what it is that you're in is just really not for you, you know. And it's almost like a release valve energy where it's like boom, and the person that you're with may not even see it coming. It can manifest either way because it's the general energy of relationship here. Okay, so we have this situation right now. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is like a very you-based energy. It's Venus in Virgo. Remember, the nine is the number of productivity. And you're very focused on being productive in your life right now, integrating what it is that you want, body, mind, spirit, all of it together. And you're really thinking about your future. And this is about just thinking about independent endeavor. So a lot of you may be in the space of sort of dreaming, at least, about what it is. Excuse me, my throat chakra is closing. Uh-oh, somebody needs to communicate. Independent endeavors, right? A lot of you may be doing that. This could also indicate finally meeting a really healthy connection after doing a lot of solid work on yourself. So if some of you may be are dealing with something, a lot of trouble with a past relationship, maybe there was a big fight, and you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. You may be meeting somebody else right now. Right? This is in the past, and this is happening right now. We have this working with the Page of Cups in the reverse, which is indicates a breakup. It does quite literally, or dependence. Maybe not handling something in the most mature way. So maybe, somebody, and this doesn't have to be you, this could be somebody else. They're just very closed off to communication. They're very focused on their ego. They're not, kind of stamping their feet, wanting something a certain way. And I feel like that's connected to the Knight of Swords energy, because the Knight of Swords energy is like that. It's like very determined and driven and very forthright, and this is what I want, and this is what I believe, and they don't want to take any responsibility. And that is a level of immaturity, and that's indicated as well with the Page of Cups. Now, here you are very focused on what it is that you want, need, and desire, doing solid work on yourself, and you're very ready to open yourself up to a healthy connection. It's almost like you've done a lot of changing, and you're wondering if the relationship that you're in, for those of you in relationship, is even resonating with you anymore. You may have outgrown it, We all grow all the time, but maybe the person that you're with has not grown in the same way as you. They did their own type of growth, right? But it does seem like that. Others of you may be working through the feelings of a relationship that didn't work out, and now you're very, very ready because you've done a lot of work on yourself to meet someone. The best to be achieved from the circumstances, we have the Death energy as the crowning. And the Death can indicate the ending of something, or at least some time away. This could also indicate just a break, if you guys are ever going to find your feet in the relationship later on, at a future date, because whatever it has been to this point needs to end, because it just wasn't healthy for either of you. So, and this could also indicate living circumstances can be changing here as well. Sure. Let me just see. Yeah, those are the energies that are coming through strongest for me. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse as the foundation energy, and this is a very chaotic energy, very impulsive, very impulsive. This could also indicate sexual excess, so maybe somebody, it could be you, it could be them, it doesn't really matter, but somebody here in this energy has I'm just going to call it some sexual excess, right? Or maybe, there's possibly at least the thoughts of cheating going on, but this is a very chaotic energy, very impulsive. So I feel like that's what's being dealt with right now. There's some sort of impulsivity, there's some sort of feeling rather impulsive. Even if the sexual excess isn't there, there is this type of impulsivity. So I almost feel like for some of you who've been if you're single because a relationship didn't work out, it's almost like you're not walking, you're not gliding, you're not naturally progressing, you're running into a new connection because it feels good, because it feels good. Don't beat yourself up if that's what you're feeling at all, because it does seem like I keep getting, and I'm getting this for a couple of signs, this idea of release valve. It's like, you're so almost like your emotions are on the edge because something's not working, and you just can't stand it not working anymore, and it's uncomfortable, and it's painful, and it's frustrating, and it's disappointing, and where's the release valve? And it does seem like you need to just sort of break out of that just to sort of save your own head. Yo, look at this. And we have you reversed. So, because this can indicate like weakness and difficulties in making a decision and risking any kind of confrontation. So you might be feeling all of these things inside, Leo, but you might not even be talking about it to your partner, right? Because you might be ignoring your instincts in the name of safety or ease, but this could end up stunting your growth in this situation. So be really careful of like analysis paralysis, overthinking anything. It's so much better to face whatever it is and be grateful for the lesson and the whole experience, because whatever it is, it's not going to go away on its own. So they're not going to change. Your desires for something are not going to go away. Like none of that's going to happen. It's not. It needs to be faced and addressed and just accepted. And then it's like, okay, now what? Because lip service isn't going to matter anymore in here. Promises that have like a lot of talk that has not been followed by a lot of walk up to this point is going to be very glaring. You can't mitigate somebody else's stuff. You can't make yourself not want and not like something that you want and like in your life, you know? Now, the external energy that's impacting you is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a great energy. So you may be just very focused on getting in something healthy, something mature, where you can have a family, you can have a deepening of commitment, somebody who you have very shared values with, where you can create some sort of legacy with. So some of you can resonate with it like that. Others of you, someone external to you, your partner or somebody else, may be feeling this about you, where they want a family with you, they want a deepening of commitment, they want to have all of those shared values and everything I just said, but you may just not be feeling it. Did I get a similar message for you guys last week? I may have. It's just this idea of just like, no, not so much. Maybe anymore, or not even in the first place. But your fear is the Five of Swords here, yeah. So the Five of Swords, I mean, this is five is the number of conflict, all right? It's also the number of humanity. So embrace whatever your human nature is bringing to you right now. Definitely just embrace it and accept it. But this is a clash of desires and reality, and this is your challenge right now, Leo. So it's like your reality is one thing. You wake up, you live your life, you do your thing with your partner, or maybe you're single, whatever it is, right? But there's this clash between that and what you really want. And it's creating this tension and this ongoing conflict that you're not going to win, right? And you know that. It's because you know intuitively you can't mitigate their stuff to fix the unfixable. So it really is best here to walk away and just deal with your anger and your disappointment or your sadness, whatever it is, your fears, whatever it is, and just deal with that. But that's your challenge right now. So I feel like a lot of you are just kind of back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? You know, but so the Two of Pentacles, I don't know if there's somebody else. Now, the Two of Pentacles can be between two people, right? Because there is this idea of, there's two situations here, right? You need to make a decision regarding more than one path. Now, the path could be the path that you're on with this person, or should you go with that person? Or it should be, do I want to stay single and be in a relationship in the first place? Or do I want to stay in this relationship? Do I want to leave this relationship and be single? Because you're feeling a sense of lack. This is in the near future. You're feeling a sense of lack and connection, and you need to decide which pentacle needs to be put down in order for you to find happiness, Leo. It's not going to be easy, though. We have the Five of Wands. Competition, battle of the wills, lack of agreement, very strong opinions, fighting to be heard, yelling over each other. But the thing is, keep yelling. They can keep yelling. It's not going to change anything. The energy here indicates that. That's not me being like a negative Nancy. It's not. It's really like this has been a long time coming. And with the best to be achieved out of the situation, to have the death, whatever's been happening up to this point, it can't continue because it's not going to work. Whoever's promising whatever it is, it's not going to work. So you either need to end the relationship once and for all, or you need to at least step back and give it some breathing room so that some realization can be had on what needs to change. But you're scared. I get it. No judgment here. I get it. It's hard, you know, especially if you've been in something for a long time. It's scary. Okay, let's just get some deeper psychology on like what might be going on underneath this. This could be a view of them. We have the dragonfly, the phoenix, camera, ascending. Yeah. All right. Here we go. You know, ultimately what you decide is up to you. We have dragonfly. Finding out, things coming to light, adapting, changing, and healing. Clarifying that I'm now feeling the fallout of my actions. So some of you guys may be broken up already, or you may be in this space where you're trying to end things and somebody is having this realization. Then we have the phoenix, next phase, rekindle, renew, transform, growth, changed mind. Clarifying that, I know I lack balance, but it's not so easy to look at. So maybe if you gave it that breathing room, right? We have camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past and making memories. Being apart has been life-changing for me. Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. I know I didn't handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. So it's like somebody wants to fix something, but they might not know how to get out of their own way. And only you can decide whether you believe them or you want to engage with that, because it does seem like this is possibly being said to you. I don't know, but very interesting here. And, you know, you could be living in the same house with someone and have that separation where it's like sleeping in separate rooms, you're not intimate, you're almost like roommates for a while. That's that where you're just really not in the same, you're in the same physical space, but you're not in the same energetic space. I'm getting that's going to resonate with some of you. Conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying, Leo. You got this 7th house stuff going on with the Jupiter, Mercury conjunct Aquarius in that 7th house. So, all right. Anyway, that's what we have for a relationship for this particular week. If you resonate with that. If not, I'm so sorry. Maybe we get to next time. Can't get everybody each time. Try as we may. Okay. All right. Let's talk about career. So it doesn't only have to be career. Not everybody's working. Any money situation, as I always say, could be anything regarding, where's the deck I want to use? Could be anything regarding a lawsuit, a divorce settlement, any sort of legal situation, investment, insurance payout, inheritance thing, anything like that. And I also do include area of study as well. Maybe those of you who are like in college or studying something, I always include, because you do that with the intention of going to make money. So just the idea of you being able to progress forward. Tower. Seven of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, the World, very nice. Yeah, so you're very focused on your protection moving into this next phase of your life. Yeah, you're working on building. You might be dealing with a very dishonest energy here. Look at this. All right, this is, sorry. These should be here. So we have the King of Cups coming into this. Very nice energy. A need exists, though, to settle a conflict, and it's going to happen either within yourself regarding something to do with money or with somebody else. And you might feel really unclear how to handle it. So definitely go with your heart is the advice here for this. Follow your heart. What is it that you really want to do? What feels right to you? You know, sometimes what sounds good and what looks good on paper isn't very good at the end of the day. And we have the Tower energy here. So the Tower having to do with relationship, it is still like there's some sort of abrupt change. So restructuring in business, maybe a complete change in circumstances as well. This could be a person in a position of power needs to make really tough decisions. Somebody in charge may be let go from their role if you're in a position, like a very powerful position in that way, but something not materializing. Now, because this has to do with money as well, so it has to do with money, so it can have to be anything that can have to do with a home or a business. So this could also indicate that something like any kind of property, investment property or a new home to live in or business, whatever it is, that you hoped to move on with ends up not materializing. That could certainly be an issue for some of you. Now we have this working with the Seven of Wands energy. So the Seven of Wands about obstacles, but you have the resilience to overcome whatever challenge you're dealing with, because success is in reach. But your morality and your personal philosophy is going to be very important to you right now, and that makes sense because we have the King of Cups here. Does you feel like that? So you're going to be able to get through whatever is ending here. You know, the best to be achieved, we do have the Four of Pentacles. Again, this is about security. So whatever it is, you're going to end up feeling secure. You are feeling very self-protective right now. You're watching your resources. You really are focusing on a firm foundation, and that is going to happen for you. Right now, it's like you've learned a huge lesson. There's no question. The world here is about you achieving your goals. There's some sort of new position, new promotion, new something that ends up giving you an elevation in status that's going to be happening. So something is ending, but you're going to have the resolve to get over it. And it's some sort of lesson learned, some sort of goal has been completed. Something like that, and it's going to bring you the security that you're looking for. Now we have the Seven of Swords energy here as you. So the Seven of Swords this is the energy of dishonesty and somebody overstepping their boundaries, somebody being selfish, right? So you want to be careful that you're not being that way in a financial situation, because you don't want to end up shooting yourself in the foot. Karmically, this can end up working very heavily against you. So only you're going to know if you're going to resonate with it like that. For others of you, you may be in a situation where you're dealing with an energy that you don't trust, and you may end up needing to play them at their own game to find out what you need to know about a situation. So, you know, the example I could use here, which is an easy one to understand, is let's say you're in a marriage, right? That's the two of you have decided to dissolve it. You've decided to get a divorce, and you have to deal with the division of property, and you have to deal with children if you have them or what have you, right? All of that. But you not feeling very comfortable or trusting of your partner at this point, just because of all of the things that have gone on. So it's you kind of acting as if trying to keep things, on the even. Acting as if, saying what you need to say to just appease the situation so that you can figure out, if they're going to be on board with you or not, to be fair. Now, we could really apply that to any business situation as well. So depending on how you're resonating with it, you may be in that space where you're feeling like you actually kind of need to test somebody. So we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse as the energy external to you. So I do like this. For many of you, this does indicate a new job or hope returning or recovery. So that's great if it's a general energetic influence. Some of you may be dealing with somebody in some sort of financial situation where they're the ones who got the whatever new. So maybe, for example, maybe somebody has purchased a new house and they're not going to be living with you anymore, or they found a new business and they're not going to be renting from you anymore, they're not going to be leasing from you anymore, or they discovered this other thing in their life, right, that's satisfying to them, and they're going to take opportunity with that. But they may not be saying anything to you about that. You might be vibing that, which is why you may need to play them at their own game, because you might feel like they're actually moving in a different direction, but they're not being honest with you about it. So you need to play them at their own game. That's a very specific message, but okay. And then we have the Three of Cups as being your challenge right now. Three of Cups is about support, right? It's the number of creation here. So I feel like a lot of you would seem like you're not feeling very supported right now in a situation that you're trying to work out. But the near future is good. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is great. This is really nice. Nice collaboration energy for those of you in that space. This is an energy of success. I always call this the Architect card, because this is like whatever's happening here is going to just sort of outline and define this whole next phase of your life. Really rewarding work. Those of you in the space where this resonates as a career, your talent shining, some sort of successful launch, money well spent on home improvement, or this could mean you finally sell your house, or you're finally purchasing that house. Just be careful, and I always say this with the Three of Pentacles, just be careful of people in your world who might be jealous of you right now with some sort of successful situation that you're able to bring to yourself. Detractors will only make you stronger, right? Just say that. But then we have as the final outcome the Five of Cups energy. So the Five of Cups is loss, and there's a leaving here. There's sadness, okay? And it's like this money situation or this work situation ends before you feel fully ready to release it. But you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to deal with it and move on. You're going to be able to assimilate any pain and stress that you might be feeling from that into your new life. So this could certainly be relevant if you are going through a divorce, obviously, or if you're selling your home, that you've been in for a while, or anything like that, where it's the sale of something or the release of something is very necessary. Maybe you're dealing with an inheritance, something like that, where there's an element of sadness and loss, but release, and you're going to be fine. There is this ability to assimilate whatever it is that you're going to be feeling in a very healthy and positive, ultimately positive way. So we have the third house of communication, doing business, signing papers. This also has to do with siblings, short distance travel. So it can have to do with business, signing papers, right? Also inheritance would have to do with siblings, anything like that. Now we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the ninth house. This is about higher education, sure, but it's also about negotiations. And then in the third house, because Sagittarius and Gemini are ascendant and descendant from each other, so Sagittarius is the ninth house. So we have the ninth house here, negotiating, third house, signing the papers. And then we have Venus, and Venus is a great money energy as well, feeling that things are equitable and fair. It's good. Yeah. Taurus, the bombshell. Very earthy energy. We call it the bombshell, as in sexy bombshell. That's why it's called that, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Not like bombshell news kind of thing. But Taurus is a great energy to get for the career read, because Taurus is the second house of money, things that you value, things that matter to you, your ability to be very proactive in something, your ability to grow your life, very deliberate, very solid. So anything that's happening in this area is going to be very solid, but also very ready to happen. And that is the most important thing, I think, for you to really embrace here. Something is ripe to happen here in this energy. Ripe to happen. Yeah. And for those of you settling lawsuits and stuff, I see that like a lot going into like the middle of the month, because we have the Sun conjunct Venus and Neptune in Pisces, the 10th to the 15th in your 8th house. We also have the new moon in Pisces in your 8th house. So there's going to be a lot of change. And 8th house has to do with how you show up as a we in relationship, having to do with finances. So that would be relevant for the divorce interpretation. And also finalization of any lawsuit. That's 8th house energy as well. So yeah, I do like it, And then the full moon in Libra is going to be in your 3rd house of doing business at the end of the month. So I feel like this is a big month for you, having to do with everything. I kind of feel like that. Anyway, that is what I have for you, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.